What's up guys, so I'm back with another video, and today we are going to talk about how a training program has to be very specific to the person that is going to undergo it. I've seen a lot of people who are following random templates without doing any editing. Let's first get into some of the factors that we consider while doing a training programming. One is the amount of workload. The second is how do we want to develop our work capacity. The third is fatigue management. You have your super compensation principle to look at in order to determine what your recovery period is. You have volume. You have the age of the particular person. You have the experience of the particular person, whether he's natural or not, his previous history of injuries, his genetics, which he will be the best person to understand as to whether he's supremely gifted in terms of recovery or not. All of that comes into picture, and these are very individualistic traits. Obviously there will be ballparks for different levels of lifters, but then still there are some nuances and some small details and additions that only that particular person will understand, or his coach who's been working with him for a while will understand. It's not something that can be helped by just one single template. The template is just a basis version, it's just a ballpark. It's not going to be tailor-made to your demands or tailor-made for your body, because there are huge variables here. Everything that we talked about, the entire factors that we talked about are variables. The recovery period for every person is not the same. It will hugely correlate to the experience of the lifter, the amount of volume that he can handle, minimum effective volume and the maximum recoverable volume. All of these things will be different for different lifters based on certain fundamental biological parameters. And that is why we need to understand that a good strength coach, or if you're doing your own programming, it has to be specific to yourself. It has to progressively overload for yourself. Again, there are different principles of programming that will come into picture. You have undulating periodization that will be there, you have linear periodization, you have concurrent periodization, you have your conjugate methods that are there. There are different types of programming that will depend upon your level of training, whether you're an intermediate, whether you're an advanced. I don't think a novice lifter ever is going to need a conjugating or a concurrent method of periodization ever. So make sure that your training programming is very, very specific to yourself, because it is going to be catering to your needs and it has to cater to your goals, right? So just getting that word in, and I'll be seeing you.